best podcast in Long Beach, California. This is Tacos and Workouts.
What it is. Podcast. Hola, Holmes. It's me, Little Hater, the best podcast in Long Beach. And I have a very special guest. Tell him who you is.
Hi, I'm Kiki Maroon, stand-up comic, burlesque dancer, circus producer, all the things. I do all the things. Thank you.
You do a lot of things.
Mhm.
Hey, check it out. And for all of you who do not know Kiki Maroon, she came out of my Maroon, right?
Maroon. Yeah.
Maroon, all right. She came out on my comedy special. She was right there doing her burlesque dancing,
Mhm.
and then she got up and she did her comedy.
Mhm.
And you killed it. You did really good in the comedies.
Thank you.
I was impressed.
Thank you. Yeah, people are always shocked. If you take your clothes off, they think you're not going to be funny.
They're too concentrated and looking at your boobies. I told the peoples I didn't believe in love at first sight until right now. Until I watched you, I was like, wow, she's very pretty. Hey, if you never seen a 10 dog, this is a 10 right here. What she looks like. So tell me, what you have been up to after the comedy special? What you been doing?
Just working. That's all I do. That's all. I mean, my job is fun, so it's not like I'm not complaining. But yeah, I do a lot because I do stand up and burlesque and circus. I go back and forth between LA and Vegas almost every week, and so I'm just fucking busy.
That's a lot of drivings, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, I saw you. So right, so let's go topic by topics.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, how'd you get involved in the burlesque?
Yeah, I actually originally went to school for costume design. And so I wanted to be a costume designer, work for theaters, do all that stuff. And the circus was my favorite thing in the world. And so I was working for different circuses. I worked for Cirque du Soleil for a little bit too, which is my favorite. Like that was my goal for forever. And I started having some burlesque girls that were asking me for costumes and stuff. And I was like, what is burlesque? And so I went to a show and I was like, this is amazing. Have you seen other burlesque besides me going up?
Not live.
No.
You pop my cherries.
Oh.
You were like the first one I watched, and my jaws was like dropped. I was like, wow. And I told everybody, I told all my friends, hey, I saw Kiki Maroon. You gotta check her out. And
Yay.
and yeah, I really enjoy your dancing.
Thank you. Well, for those people that don't know, okay, basically burlesque, it's like old timey style stripping, right? It's like the big Vegas showgirl. It is still striptease, but it's a big theatrical production. And so I wear like the big Vegas feathers and like the boas and the glitter and the gowns and all that different shit. And so yeah, I went to a burlesque show and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I want to figure out how to do this. And so I just started doing it, and now I haven't done costumes in years now. This is what I do now.
Primarily, this is what you do.
This is what I do, yeah.
Oh man, how's it feel to know that you're gonna go on stage and everybody's gonna see you half naked?
Feels like Tuesday. Like, that's what I do. It's not like the thing is like people get so weird about like nudity and stuff, but with burlesque, it's so much of it. Yeah, I do stand up as well, but it's not just about that part. Even like not stand up burlesque, it's still about the comedy. It's an exaggeration. It's kind of like drag. It's over the top. And so once you make it funny, it's not scary. It's not weird. It's very approachable, and it's like we're just being dumb.
Yeah, so it's like this. You know how like a lot of people say like when they give their comedy
Mhm.
or like about to give a speech, you have to imagine that the audience is naked.
Yeah.
It's like first they see you naked, and then when you do your comedy, you pretend they're naked, right?
Yeah. No, I never want to see them naked ever.
Yeah, because a lot of them are fat. Huh? They look like me.
I just don't want to see that many dicks. It's the whole crowd, man.
I know, because it's like 95% dicks, huh?
No, it's actually mostly women. That's something else a lot of people, if they're not like, if they don't know about burlesque, a lot of times they don't know is that the burlesque audience is like 90% women.
Really?
It's mostly women. Yeah, the show that we did, it's a little bit different because it's more of a comedy show, so it's more of a half and half audience. But if you go to just a standard burlesque show, it is usually women in the audience.
Oh, before we forget, why don't we say a big hello to our good friend John?
Oh, hi,
Yeah,
John.
John for putting that together with us, man.
Yeah, for putting us on the same
Yeah.
show. It was super fun.
Yeah, John, a big shout out to John out there. I love you, dog. I hope to work with you again soon.
Yeah.
All right. So, and before I forget, look, before we continue with the question number 2,
Mhm.
why don't we tell everybody where they could find you, like on your Instagrams, on
Yeah. I mean, I'm everywhere. Oh, that's my face. Sorry, I didn't expect to see that. Yeah, I'm all over the place. If you just go to kikimaroon.com, you have links to like everything. But I'm on Instagram at Kiki Maroon. I'm on wait shit, I forgot I got rid of my Twitter because it was such a garbage fire. So mostly Instagram's where I'm the heaviest.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
that's
like
where I'm most
your
active.
main platform.
Yeah, mostly there.
Do you have a Twitch?
I had a Twitch until about a week ago. I got banned. I am officially banned from Twitch. I ate a potato chip in too sexual of a matter, and they did not like the way I chewed it. It was
A little too much
a
smackings?
little too much smacking, and I got banned for sexual misconduct. So I'm pretty fucking pissed about that.
Were you wearing something sexy?
Okay, yes,
Okay,
but that's irrelevant. What I'm wearing should not change what I'm saying or what I'm doing. Okay.
it's because it's like that. It's like it's dirties in the minds, and
Yeah.
that's what makes it dirties.
Exactly. And that's what pisses me off is because what I was doing was not sexual. Whoever the moderator watching me found me to be sexy and is the person who banned me. So his brain is the problem, not what I was doing.
Or it could happen that just like a lot of mijas out there, they see how pretty you are, and then they started hating on you, and then they reported
I,
you.
I do not believe
No,
that's
you don't
it.
think that
No,
that's
no,
it?
I do not think that's it.
Any other platforms are you on? Like I know a lot of girls are doing the OnlyFans. Are you
Mhm.
doing the OnlyFans
Yeah,
too?
I do have an OnlyFans also. It's mostly just like behind the scenes stuff, like all the backstage, making of the costumes, all that stuff. It is, there's more suggestive stuff on there, but it's mostly about seeing behind the scenes, touring, things like that. Mhm.
And you want to give that one out so you
It's
can
all
give?
under Kiki Maroon.
It's on the Kiki
Mhm.
Maroons. There you
Everything's
go.
Kiki Maroon.
Yeah, and I found out something. You're my very first.
Mhm.
Again, you're always popping my cherry, dog.
Mhm.
You're my very first Playboy playmate.
Oh, yeah? Yeah?
That's right. I never had a Playboy playmate.
Well, I'm right
On
here.
my
We should have done this on
podcast.
the beach.
We'll do it on the next one. We'll do it
Mhm.
on the beach.
Yeah, same thing. All those links to all that stuff, the Playboy stuff, everything's on kikimaroon.com.
Okay,
Mhm.
so now everybody knows where to find you.
Mhm.
Okay, so um, what is the life of a dancer? I know that you've been to like many different places.
Oh, yeah.
How far has dancing taken you?
I have performed on 5 continents. I'm very, very happy to say that. My goal is to perform on every continent, everyone. I already figured out how to do Antarctica.
I was gonna
Okay.
ask you that.
Yeah, I know. Everybody always asks how the fuck I'm gonna do that. So I've done North America, South America, Europe, Asia, and Australia. And so yeah, I have Africa and Antarctica left. There is a burlesque festival in Africa in like South Africa that I want to apply to and hopefully, get that one, knock that one off the list. And Antarctica, obviously there are no burlesque clubs there. But they have what do you call them? Like science tours where you go and you have to take the fucking boat and then you're like staying in the cabin with the scientist. It's a thing that rich people do because they're bored and they have too much money, right? I think if I do that and then I go into the restroom, I can hopefully live stream if there's some sort of Wi-Fi or like, some situation going on, or just record it. But hopefully live stream myself performing in the restroom and that will count.
As long as your feet is touching the ground,
Yeah, as long as my feet are touching the ground.
there you go.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
So
a tough one.
that's the plan. But yeah, I've performed all over the world. Thankfully, it of course stopped when everything stopped
Yeah,
at 2020, and so I'm still like getting things back up and going because the thing is like even though people are like, oh yeah, stuff's been back for a long time, entertainment did not come back right away. A lot of venues were really scared to sell tickets, more than a week in advance because nobody knew, like, what if something else happens? And so it took a long time for venues and promoters to not be scared to invest money into future shows. So that took longer. And then once they started doing that, it was all of the like big, big names. They all wanted to get on the road as fast as possible to make up for all that time that they were not touring anymore. And so suddenly I'm trying to talk to a venue and book it, and they're like, "Yeah, no, we're gonna have Ariana Grande come through, or whatever the fuck." You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they're just
yeah,
all of the bigger names went through first, and so everything got really pushed back. And so I feel like I'm still playing catch up.
yeah,
Mm.
for sure. And then you were also doing like a kind of like a clown burlesque.
Yeah, that's how I started.
You started off as a clown.
Yep, my very first burlesque act. I was a burlesque clown. It was meant to be. I love the circus. I love clowns. I always have. And so when I did my first burlesque act, I had said it earlier. I had to burp. When I did my first burlesque act, I was like, I don't know how to do this because in my head, I'd only seen very big dancing productions, where they were like dancing or they were singing and doing that style. I was like, I can't sing, I can't dance. I didn't do stand up at the time, so I didn't know what else to do. And so, but I really, really wanted to do it. And so my thought was that if I was a clown, it didn't matter if I tripped or fall or fuck up because it's like, just being silly. It's just a joke. And so that was my very first act. And a lot of people really liked it. And so I kept getting booked and it kept growing and growing and growing. And so that's my main thing is being a burlesque clown.
A burlesque clown.
Hmm.
Wow, that's nice. I wanted to be a clown too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I mean, you are being a clown right
Well,
now.
yeah, a little bit, but no, but I wanted to be like a clown, but instead I just became a little hater.
You're definitely clowning for sure.
You know what? When you get when that one gets like up and going, like
Mhm.
let me know because I want to go check out the clown one.
Thank you. Yeah, I
Cause,
will let you know. Yeah.
cause you also perform in Las Vegas a lot, right?
Mhm.
And like, do you have like a residency in Las Vegas, or you just jump around to
I
different
just
like?
yeah, it's just whoever's hiring me. I would love to get a residency in Vegas. That's, was part of my goal. 'Cause I'm originally from Texas. I just moved out here like a year and a half ago.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, I moved out here. That's the goal is to, get a permanent spot in Vegas and do the stuff in LA and go back and forth and live the dream.
Yeah, I've been going to Vegas too. I've been trying to get out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah, it is. It's
Mhm.
kind of nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Spend
What
all your
you,
money.
you've yeah, I spent a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Anyways, you've done a lot like in a year, in 2 years, like doing here. Like, wow, I see like the amount of work that you've done, and I'm amazed. It's like you said, so most times when people see you, they just think you're like a pretty face right there just dancing.
Mhm.
But little do they know, you're like a very smart ladies.
Little do they know. Little do they fucking know. You know what? That used to bother me. That shit used to bother me. I hated being talked down to. I
Yeah,
hated people, like, especially like if I had to go to a meeting or whatever, and people were just like, oh, like,
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of shit. It used to bother me so much. And then I saw an interview with Dolly Parton where she was saying about how that anytime that people underestimated her, it was the biggest favor they ever did for her because they never saw her shit coming. And so that's the way I think about it now, where every time people talk down to me, I'm like, you just keep thinking that. Keep thinking that.
Yeah, because you also have like your own production companies, right? Like you're doing something with where you want to make one of the bulls into like
Oh, either my mechanical bull?
your
Hmm.
mechanical bulls.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's why. So right now, I'm performing in other people's shows. That's where I'm going back and forth. That's what I'm doing. That's where we met. But in Texas, I had my own productions, and so I had a residency with Live Nation. So I did monthly shows in Houston and in Dallas. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, big things.
Yeah, so I had like that was like a cabaret. It was kind of like what we did, where it's stand up comedy and burlesque. There was live music. It was like a very vaudeville variety show. And then I had my circus, and that was my main stage. Like we did it at music venues, like 1,500 people, sometimes more, thankfully. Main stage circus, and I had aerialists and stilt walkers, and it was burlesque, and it was clowns, and it was like our huge, grand finale. There was like God, like 13, 14 people on stage for this big number. And that was the most important thing in the world to me. And then everything, stopped. March, I think, what was it?
Like
Fifth,
17 or
yeah,
something like
15,
that.
17, 2020 was my last show. And yeah, that's it all went
It
away.
all went away. Well, we're glad to have you back.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm
Uh,
performing in other shows, but I haven't brought back my circus yet because that's the mechanical bull you're talking about. I'm making the grand finale much grander and bigger, and I'm turning a mechanical bull into a giant balloon dog, so that way it's still part like circus themed, and it's gonna be amazing.
how
Mhm.
how did you get involved in becoming a Playboy playmate? Like how did you reach out to them or they reach out to you?
They do applications open now. Everything's on social media now. Everything's on social media now. And so yeah, so they just post out, now accepting applications, send out, fill out this form, send over your stuff, and then you
I
respond.
thought playmate I thought Playboy was kind of like obviously I know they're still around,
Mhm.
but I thought like they weren't, but they were. Like
I mean,
bec-
you're right. They're not and they are.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
because they don't. I don't think they sell the magazines no more, right?
No, they don't do print anymore. It's all online, except for in other countries. They'll still have the print, but not here. Yeah, here it's all digital, and they keep revamping it. They're constantly rebranding, trying to figure out how exactly to move. I mean, their whole business plan is, or it's so different now.
Yeah.
Now everything's online. Magazines are pretty much dead, and so it kind of seems like they're still trying to figure out what exactly they are besides a clothing company.
What do you mean, the clothing companies?
Oh, fucking Playboy everything. Playboy, you see the shirts,
Yeah,
the necklaces, the pants, the
yeah.
yoga, all that stuff. That's where most of their money comes from.
Now,
Oh yeah,
but before it was from print.
yeah, hmm yeah,
Oh,
yeah. They are a clothing company. They're a brand.
okay.
Hmm
I didn't know that.
hmm
Wow. It's like for me, like Playboy's like I liked it because it's really pretty, and they
hmm
make it look like classy,
hmm
and like a lot of the stuff that's out there now it's not that good stuff. But I gotta go talk to Playboy and give them some little hater tips. Okay, well, so we already named your platform, so
Mhm,
everybody don't forget to check her out on all her platforms.
mhm.
Um, what is your goal as a performer and as an artist? Like, well, what's the ultimate goals?
I
Like,
have
how far do you want to take it?
I have so many goals. That's part of my problem. That's why I work too much. I have way too many goals. I jeez, I don't know how to answer that. My biggest goal right now is to get my circus touring. I want to get it on the road because even once I do, I unveil the mechanical bull balloon dog and get that going. That's still just going to be the first show. I've got to get investors and do everything to get it as like a full touring production nationwide, hopefully worldwide, but that's a whole different thing. So that's really my goal is to get that on the road because it's not going to be easy, but I know it's going to happen.
Hey, but if anybody could do it, I know it's gonna be you, Doug. 'Cause I see it in you. You got that drive. You got that energy, and you got all that talents.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So I have a couple little questions that I want to ask you, and it's kind of like involves in like a lot of people right now they're into dating.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, everyone's like fighting.
Everybody's fighting. Yeah, everybody's angry online about dating tips and advice.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
and it got me because I'm not very good at dating,
Okay.
you know. So I figured I might as well get like the woman's perspectives, you know.
Okay, let's do
So I
that.
have a couple of questions for you.
Mhm.
What are your turnoffs when it
Oh,
comes to a vato?
what are my turnoffs? That's probably why I'm bad at dating. I have so many turnoffs. I'm very picky. I'm very, very picky. I mean, the biggest one is just being like not genuine.
Not genuine.
It's I think it's way more obvious than women, everybody realize when somebody's like putting on a front. There's a different energy in the way that people carry themselves when they are doing that versus when they are just being themselves. And I think especially now, like you said, with all the dating advice, there's so much online, with the fucking shit, the alpha male bullshit and all
Yeah,
that.
that stuff. Yeah.
It just comes off as so fake and weak and like you're trying so hard to prove that you're so strong and you look like a fucking child. You look like a scared little baby.
Yeah, I see a lot of those vatos right there, and
Mhm.
I think to myself, like, you probably don't even get laid yourself,
Yep.
dog.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, they're trying so hard to show the world that they are so manly that I'm like if you have to prove it that much, it's not true and you know it in your heart more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it true that they say that the guys that have big dick energy have small dicks? Is that true?
What?
Is that true?
I know what you're saying, and no, the guys that have actual big dick energy is not the ones that are talking about having big dick energy. That's a totally different thing. The ones that talk about it, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think a
Mhm.
lot of those fools they have small tools and they don't know how to work them. All right. So speaking about small tools, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking like this, dogs. Look, check it out, dog.
Okay.
I think there's a big butt epidemic.
An epidemic?
That's right, a big
Mhm.
butts, right?
Okay.
So for all these big butts, but like their vatos have little cocks. It's like why are they getting big butts if they can, they can't measure
They
up. Like
can't
what
get
what
in there.
they're not gonna be able to reach.
Mhm. I I mean, there's angles.
There's angles,
There's
yeah.
angles. You get creative with it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't matter how people are shaped. If you wanna make it work, you can fit it in.
It's like a puzzle piece,
Yeah,
right?
yes, exactly. It's a puzzle. You'll figure it out.
You gotta like turn them over and then turn them over here and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Um,
Be creative.
but do you think these big butts are getting out of hand?
I think that people should do what makes them happy.
Oh, okay.
I think that if having a bigger butt makes you happy, fucking do it. I want mine bigger.
Yeah? Well, no,
Yeah.
I think your butt just looks like good the way it
Well,
is.
that's because you saw it under a spotlight with makeup and fishnets and
And there
contouring.
was tassels and
Everything's fake, man.
everything's fakes. Like my worries about it is like if they get like too much, like they could weigh you down when you go swimming.
No, because silicone floats.
It does.
Yeah, if anything, they're gonna be the safest people.
Hey, well, it goes to show how much I know about women. Not
Mm.
enough. All right, we had one of our callers, our subscribers, send me a question,
Okay.
and I don't know, I'm kind of perplexed. And to me, it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna say it, and
Okay.
hopefully we could come up with a solution for this guy.
Okay.
It says, my girl works at a pizza place. I don't know which one it is, but I think I know which one it is.
Okay.
She's been sleeping around with the whole company. What do I do?
That's the whole question?
That's a question.
I need more context to answer anything.
So it's like this. It's like homeboy like sends his mija to work, right?
Mhm.
And while she's supposed to be like, tossing the dough, someone's tossing her dough.
Mhm.
And he's perplexed. He doesn't know like he should stay with her, he should leave her.
Again, I need more information to correctly answer that because the fact that he's still there makes it seem like he doesn't have a problem with it. And that's just fine. A lot of people have open relationships. If you don't have a problem with it, then don't have a problem with it, but have a discussion about it.
Hey, check it out, Vato. It's
Mhm.
like this, dog. You gotta think about it two ways. You know, you could either stay with her,
Mhm.
you could get free pizza,
Mhm.
or or you could make some money out of it. I don't know. I don't know, dog. But if it were me, I would bounce, dog. Yeah. All right. So that's that problem, right?
No.
Why do women like toxic men?
Why don't women like toxic men?
Yeah.
Why don't men like toxic women?
What do you mean? I mean, like I like toxic women's. I do, right? But like I'm not gonna
I
marry.
don't think you know what toxic means.
Toxic means like they're like like it's all about them and they're like controllings and then like
Uh-huh.
everything like you do is wrong.
Uh-huh.
They always
And
want
you're
things there.
asking me why would a woman not want
No, no, no.
that?
Why do women like toxic?
Oh, yeah, that's not what you said. You said, "Why do they not?" And I was like, "You
Oh,
answered it
what?
yourself."
Oh,
Yeah.
cause I'm stupid. Yeah. Why do they like toxic?
Why do they
Yeah,
like?
yeah.
Have you been to therapy?
Me's?
Yeah,
Nah.
I can tell. I can tell. I don't think that women like toxic men. I think that if you think that, then you're surrounding yourself with a certain type of person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah,
But but
yeah.
but but I think they do though. Because think about it. It's just like check it out. Like a lot of mijas, they guys that don't got jobs.
Mhm.
They just sit around, they smoke weed all day, they
Mhm.
play this PlayStation.
Mhm.
Their idea of a perfect date is take them to the Jack in the Box,
Mhm.
and they complain all these things about how he's no good, but they don't leave him. I mean, like loser guys. Like why is that?
I think you're making up a person.
Okay, I'm talking about me.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting to what's going on. So you so you need to get a job is what you're saying.
I don't got a job. This is what I do.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I, I tax on the internet.
But also, like, side note, I did have to say this really quick. It's such like a joke where people will be like, "Oh yeah, loser guy just plays games all day," like you just said, Jack in a Box or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, Jack in the Box.
One of like my best first dates was McDonald's. Like, it doesn't like if you're fun and you're a good person, it's fun. That's all it is. I just have to say that because I feel like guys think that it's like has to be so much more. It's nice to be more, but like if you suck, you suck.
Yeah, you're boring. You're boring,
Yeah, if you're
right?
boring, you're boring.
Yeah,
Yeah. Also, I think you need therapy. That's
I,
just
I,
me.
I, I, I'll work on
Okay.
that. Yeah. All right. Uh, I think we already covered that question. So, who cheats more, men or women's?
I don't have the facts in front of
Oh,
me.
I have the answers,
You have the answers?
but
Okay, I don't
I want to know your
okay, I will tell you
opinions.
well, you're asking me a question that is facts, and so I can't answer facts. I will
I mean,
say
like, what do you think
well,
though?
what I think okay,
Like,
I would think that it would make sense for women to cheat more.
why is that?
Because biologically, like when you look at like different animals and stuff like that, where like they want to have the best provider, quote unquote. they need to play the field to see who has the best providing abilities, and so it would make more sense that they're gonna cheat more.
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
and I would think that they have the most options. Hey, those are the statistics that I was gonna say.
Oh, men
Yes,
are more
yes,
likely.
yeah.
Mm,
Men are more likely by 20%,
mhm.
and women are 13%.
Oh, wait, you're talking about while married. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess yeah, that makes sense too because women also tend to be like once they're in it, they're in it. I guess I was thinking about leading up to marriage and stuff like that, wanting the better provider, but once you're in it, a woman feels more trapped versus a guy keeps looking, I guess.
I guess, but
Hmm.
I think women's are more better at cheating than men.
Are better at it?
Yeah,
Yeah, because they're
yeah,
smarter.
yeah. Because women, that was my next question. Who do you think is smarter, men or women's?
Yeah, I think that women would be better at hiding it for sure.
Yeah, because guys are stupid. Like they get caught and then they admit it. Like, okay, but it only happened once. Okay,
Mhm.
but it was only with your sister. Okay, it was only with your coworkers, right?
Yeah.
And they think that by confessing it somehow it's gonna fix the situation, but it don't.
Mhm. Well, plus, like, women are fucking detectives. Like, if you've got, like, a random thread on you, they're gonna recognize that that's not from their dress, that's from some you know what I mean? Like, it's different, and so if they can recognize that on somebody, they recognize what to not leave as clues.
Well, you know what I say. Like if you're looking for it, you're gonna find it. So I should say, don't look for stuff because you're gonna find it, and then when you find it, you're not gonna be happy, and that's gonna be your fault because you should have never have been looking for it to begin with.
If you have to look for it, the relationship's already over. Like, when people talk about, like, "Oh, should I go through his phone?" If you're even thinking about it, it's already over. Just, like, end it before everything you're just gonna adding more drama to the process. Just fucking end it.
And what do you think about that? Like people that have to like go look through like their people's phones, like to go look for stuff.
Mhm.
Like
That's what
like
I'm saying. The second you think about it, the relationship's over.
so there's no need. Like
Just don't even bother. Fucking leave.
just don't even look for the phones.
Don't look for it. Leave. If you already don't trust them that much that you're willing to do that, there's nothing there to save.
There's nothing good there. Goods no more.
Mm-mm.
I agree,
Mhm.
but I'm still gonna hate stuff because that's who I am. I'm a hater. Uh, how 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 much is too high for like the body count?
How much is too high?
Yeah, like like when they say how many people you slept with, and some
I
people say
thought you were
10.
asking,
No,
like,
no, no.
how
I'm just.
high is too high.
I
I was
mean,
like, "Fucking get
yes.
high, I don't give a shit."
So the body count don't matters.
I thought you were about smoking or
No, no, the
mushrooms or
body counts. No,
acid.
no, no. The body count. How many people you slept with? It's like some people have like 10. Some people have like 200. Some people got like 2,000.
I think that having a limit is limiting. I think that is so dumb.
So it just like doesn't matter.
I
Just
think it's so irrelevant.
but you just shouldn't tell your partner your body count, right?
I don't no, I tell my partners everything.
Yeah.
I think that if there's no point to me, the point of a relationship is that we're making each other's lives better, right? If I have to be anything other than myself, then it's now work for me to be in this relationship. I want to be me, and if you accept me, you accept me, and if you don't, you don't. And I want you to be you as well. Thank you.
There it is.
Thank you. So yeah, I if I say something, whether it's my body count or the fucking anything that I don't like mayonnaise, and that makes you think something about me, you shouldn't fucking be here.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Like
Mhm,
check it out. Like for me, like I say, like if you don't like me,
mhm.
then why the fuck are you with me, dog?
Exactly. Exactly. And so, I've told that guys that all the time. Like, I don't want them to pretend. Like we said earlier about, putting on a front. I don't want them to pretend. That is, you know what? That's my biggest turn off. When I can tell that a guy is saying what he thinks I want to hear. I fucking hate that shit so much. It is so annoying. I'm like, just be you. Let me decide whether or not I like you as a person. If you are trying to say what you think I want to hear, I already don't like you. This is over.
Yeah, and what's the tell? Like is it in their eyes? Is it like their voice? Or like their gestures? Like how can you tell they're full of shit?
It's usually an energy, so it's kinda difficult to
Okay.
explain, but a lot of times it's almost like condescending in the kind of thing that they say. God, I wish I had an exact example, but like a very like, oh God, if we God, I wish something just happened so I could tell you like an exact example, but there's an energy that's very condescending of you're saying this because you think I want to hear
I
this.
see. So I'm gonna bring it really quick back to the body counts. Um,
Okay.
I just found out there was a lady who
Mhm,
like she used to work as an escort,
mhm.
and she slept with, according to her, she slept with 500. thousand men in her lifetime. Yeah,
That sounds like a great marketing scheme for her to tell that story.
yeah, and she says that well, she wasn't escorts, and I don't know where it's at. Maybe she works in Las Vegas. I don't know. And I think she says that she slept with one president, and that in the beginning she was sleeping with like 50 to 100 guys like a day.
Hey Siri, what is 500,000 divided by 24?
Let's check it out, Doug.
What is that? Okay,
Hey,
so we're gonna round it to 21,000.
she's
24,
trying to do the math.
21,000. Wait. Okay, that would be 20. Wait, sorry. What am I trying to look at? Wait, I'm figuring something out.
We're doing math over here.
Math is hard. Okay, I take my clothes off. If 500,000 divided by 24 is 21,000, then okay. Hey Siri, what is 21,000? Wait, what am I trying to look? Fuck! I wish we could pause this. That's 21,000 hours. Okay, wait. How many hours are in a year? This is physically this is impossible.
Either way you do it, that's a lot of dicks.
There's
That's a lot
8,000
of
hours
dicks.
in a year. It'd be 21. That's not physically possible.
No, check it out, Doug. I think it is. Because check it out, Doug. There's a lot of you're thinking about it in the hours perspective. You gotta like bring it down. You gotta think it in the minutes perspective, right? So like a lot of guys only last 2 minutes, right?
Okay.
And she gets like at least like 30 guys. She could be sleeping with 30 guys in an hours. Come on, Doug. A lot of guys are minute men, Doug. You know, hey, it's like this. Like what I say. I'm gonna give you the best 2 minutes of your life. Didn't I say that? Isn't that what I tell all the mijas? So if she was doing a lot of minute men, then I think it's totally possible. But she said that like once she started getting older, I think like when she hit like in her 40s, that she wasn't getting as many men. So her numbers dropped. But she knew that eventually she was gonna stop at 500,000. And then when she got 500,000, she retires. I don't know. Body count.
I think this is a great story for her to sell lots of books. I do not believe that's possible unless it was like nothing but orgies. If it was just nothing, if it was years and years and years
Oh
of
no,
orgies.
it took her 25 years. It took her 25 years to do it.
That would still have to be orgies.
Google this.
Oh my god.
All right. Can you be friends with your ex?
Yeah, I have exes that I'm friends with. Yeah. I understand why a lot of people find that to be like not all of them for sure. Some of them I've totally blocked. And it's not even like, ooh, fuck that guy. I mean, there's some of those too. But some of them it's just like after the breakup, I was like, I just don't need to see your life anymore and you don't need
Yeah.
to see mine.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like that's so crazy that people don't think about how new that is. Like social media and everything. That is such a new thing. Before, when you like graduated high school, you never saw those fuckers again.
Yeah.
When you graduated college, you never saw them again. And then when you broke up with somebody, you never saw them again.
Yeah.
Now there's this idea of like staying in each other's lives forever and ever and ever. And if you unfriend somebody, oh my God, everybody's like, it's a fucking thing. I think it's so stupid. I unfriend people all the time. I block people all the time. I don't think I need to be socially pressured into talking to you. So I've totally blocked some exes, but I can be friends with them too.
Yeah. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nah, because it's like this, Doc. It's like if I was with the mija and like she tries to like we're gonna go we're gonna go eat or something, it's gonna happen again, Doc. It's gonna give her the best 2 minutes. All right. Is there such a thing as a born again virgins? You never heard that?
That's like a Christian thing, I think, right?
I guess it's like a Christian things, maybe. But some girls say hey, I'm a virgins again.
I mean, if that makes people happy to say. I'm a very non-judgmental person. I think you're catching on to this. Most of the questions you're asking me can be answered with, that's none of my fucking business. That's where I stand. Don't be in my business. I don't need to be in yours.
Yeah, I don't think how can you unring a bell?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can unring a bell.
I think that it's none of my fucking business, but if it makes them happy to say that, and especially, like I said, I'm pretty sure that's like a religious thing,
It
is
is a
what it is,
religious thing.
then who am I to tell you, that God said no?
All right. If since we work in the entertainment
Mm,
industries, right?
mhm.
If you could be with any celebrity, who would you be with and why?
Ooh, I'm very bad with pop culture references. I don't You see how much I work. I
Yeah.
don't watch a lot of
Yeah.
TV. I don't watch a lot of movies. Oh my god. This is way harder than the body count question.
I'll tell you mine.
Yeah, you tell me yours.
All right. Her name is Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
Yeah.
I've heard that name before.
Yeah.
Could not tell you what she looks
Oh,
like.
she's a pretty ladies. She's
Mhm.
a pretty ladies.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she's Captain Marvels. Yeah.
I've also heard of that, but couldn't tell you what it looks like.
She's the chick that came out on the Avengers that she
Mhm.
kind of like saved everybody in the end.
Oh, okay, wait. You know who I like? Who's Thor?
Oh yeah, I don't know his name.
Thor. Yeah, the guy with the blonde hair.
I know who he is. But
Yeah. Yeah, he's hot.
yeah, that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. So but like with her, like you know what, she's pretty and everything, and
Mhm.
I think we would have a good time.
Mhm.
But you know what, she's like, I could tell that like right afterwards, like she'd be mad at me.
Why?
She's got like that face, you know, like she like sleeps with their dude, and then after that, she's like gets mad for some reason, for no reason at all. That's how I look at her.
Remember earlier when I talked about how you need therapy?
Yeah.
Mm. Mhm. It's an
I I
interesting thing to project upon a
I think
stranger.
you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's like this. It's like
I've never met her, but I can tell she's a fucking crazy bitch, is
it's
what I
because
just
she has
heard.
crazy eyes. She's got crazy in the eyes, and that but she has like the most beautiful smile. Well, I mean, like
Mhm.
look her up. She's like does some interviews sometimes, and then like the way she looks, like sometimes it's a little scary. It's just like, man, I don't know if she's gonna like kiss me or kill me, you know?
Yeah,
So like,
and that's
yeah,
your favorite thing.
you
Mhm.
know, it's nice, you know, when you're
Yeah.
there and you start getting all friskies and friskies. I know you don't get to watch a lot of TVs, right?
Mm-mm.
But when you do get to relax, what do you like to do to relax?
Well, it's not really relaxing as much as I end up screaming at my TV or my computer. But I play a lot of Mario Maker. It's a game on the Switch. It's Mario Maker 2. Before I got banned off Twitch, that was what I played the most as well. And but it's very, very difficult. And so I again, before I got banned, I often would throw my controllers, or I had to have something that I would like bite to not scream inside of my house. Um, so it's not really relaxing, but I still do it when I want to just have fun
So you like to play video games a little bit?
and rage out. Yeah. Yeah. Like a
Yeah.
lot.
And what about shows? Like any like good shows that interest you or like that you watch, like series and stuff?
Not really. No. I mean, like I said, I'm always like I'm at a comedy club every night, or like I guess that's really more relaxing. Is I'll go and like see my friends' shows if I'm not performing, and I just want to go out and see what's out there. Oh, I watched all of Netflix during lockdown. I have no interest in ever watching TV again. It was fucking a year straight of TV. I want no TV. I want to be around people as much as I can for the rest of my life.
Who are the like your favorite comics, like famous comics that you could relate to or that you like?
Oh, well, my favorite number one for very personal reasons, but I guess my two favorite dead ones. Um, Bill Hicks
Okay.
is my absolute favorite. He's just fucking prophet. And then Mitch Hedberg, of course.
Miss
Mitch
Hashbirds.
Hedberg, yeah, he's just fucking hilarious. But living comedians is probably Bill Burr,
Yeah. Yeah.
and John Mulaney. I like
John
his
Mulaney.
storytelling a lot.
John Mulaney.
John
I don't know that
Oh, if you saw him, you'd recognize
guy.
him.
Oh
He has
yeah?
really great, like, long, drawn out
Oh,
stories.
he's like the European guy.
No, he probably looks like it because he wears suits a lot.
Yeah, and he talks kind of like in an accent.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, no, no,
I
no,
don't know.
no. But yeah, those would be my favorite.
And what do you like
Or
about
Gary Goldman? Is that his last name? Goldman? You know
Dan?
what?
You're picking all these guys I don't know, and I know a lot of guys.
Oh.
It's like it's a distinction of the comedies, you know?
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
I think like yours like the smart comedies, and like my comedies is just like right in your face, like you know,
Mm.
like pie in the face.
Pie in the face, like a clown?
Yeah, like a clown.
Like a clown. Okay.
Yeah.
I like storytellers. All the people I named are pretty much storytellers.
Okay, that's why
Mhm.
I hate storytelling.
Really?
Oh, I hate it, dog. It's like I'm like, hey, dog, like get up there and say a joke already, dog. It's
That
like I don't like comics that do storytellings.
it's to me it's more real. It's like you're telling me shit that actually happened, but you're making it really funny.
Hey, dog, if you want to hear a story, read Dr. Seuss, dog.
I like Dr. Seuss. You know what? That's who
Oh,
I
that's
would
another
fuck.
guy I can't
If you tell
stand.
me what celebrity, Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. Oh, that guy wasn't a good-looking guy though.
I don't care. I told you, I like all kinds, all types. If you're real and you're smart, I like you.
Yeah, that's and
Mhm.
there's a term for that too, right? When you're
What?
like, there's a term I don't know what it is. I'm a dumb vato. It's like when you're attracted to people's intelligence and stuff like.
Oh yeah, they call it sapiosexual.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
don't think it needs a term to be like I'm
Yeah,
attracted to people that I like talking to. I think that's fucking stupid.
yeah,
That's just saying you like who you like.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's so many terms and stuff like that for like everything's now, and you can't say anything because people gets offended.
I disagree with that, but we can
What
keep
what
talking.
what do you mean
That
then?
is one of my most sorry. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves when people say that.
That people gets offended for
No,
everything?
when you're like you can't say anything anymore. I hate that shit so much. I think it's so annoying because it's not true.
Well, yeah, you could say whatever you want,
Yeah, say whatever the fuck you
but
want.
then it's like you're gonna get the repercussions, you know?
But that's always been true though. There's never been a time where you didn't have repercussions. That's what it's just really to me it's an excuse that a lot of people use and they just want to complain about that and it's like no, especially with comedians,
Yeah,
just fucking be funny. If you're
yeah.
funny, you're funny. And so anytime comedians start bitching about like you can't say anything anymore. You can't say anything anymore. I'm like fucking watch Anthony Jeselnik. That's another one. You know
Oh,
Anthony Jeselnik?
he's one of my favorite
Fucking
comedians.
watch him and then tell me how you can't say anything anymore. No, you're just not fucking funny. You're not funny. You're not funny.
That's right. So I seen Anthony Jeselnik in
Mhm.
the comedy stores.
Yeah. Oh, I've never seen him in person. Oh, I would
Oh,
love
it
to.
was awesome. Like we were
Mhm.
there, and then some girls are like, "I love you, Anthony." He goes, "Hey, cut that shit out right there," and then he just went at it in like for
Mhm.
45 minutes, and I only paid like $20,
Oh god, I want to see
and
him. I hope I get to see him.
I was amazed.
Mhm. Yeah, he's funny as shit. Yeah, he is actually, one time I was at a bar and some old dude started talking to me and he asked me what I did. I said I do comedy. He did the same thing where he goes, "Oh, you don't look like a comedian. You can't be funny. You can't be funny." I was like, "Oh, I'm not playing this fucking game. I'm
Yeah,
just trying to eat my soup at the bar." And he started saying that stuff. You can't say anything anymore. It's so hard. And I was like, I don't think that's true. And he's like, no, back in the day, you could say whatever you want. Now you can't anymore. And I told him, I was like, well, have you heard of Anthony Jeselnik? And he goes, no. And I go, he says everything. He talks about, whatever, abortion, sex, like race, all the things. And he's one of the biggest comedians because he's fucking funny. And this guy goes, oh, I think you're talking about, oh, fuck, I forgot the name. Andrew Dice Clay. He goes, you're talking about Andrew Dice Clay.
yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm talking about Anthony Jeselnik. And he goes, no, 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 you're talking about Andrew Dice Clay.
We tried to correct you, dog.
Yes, he tried to correct me about the story I was telling him.
That's stupid.
Yeah. But anyways, the point is I don't think that's true. I think you can. You just have to be funny. And so some comedians just like hold on to this idea that the reason people aren't laughing is because they're offended when it's like, no, you just weren't funny.
Yeah, you know what? Oh man, you know what? I seldom go after the crowd when I do comedy.
Hmm.
But there was this one guy that he said, if you don't laugh at my joke, and then he said something, right? And
Hmm.
so when it was my time to get up on there, I said, nah, the reason is that they don't laugh at your joke is because it's not funny. And
Hmm.
then everybody started laughing and everything.
Yeah.
So it's true. You know what? When I go up there, sometimes people don't laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And,
part of the job.
and,
It
it, and
happens.
it's okay. You know
Yeah.
why? Because I'll go to the next place and I'll say the exact same joke and people will laugh.
Hmm. Yeah, bombing is part of it. That's how you get better.
Yeah, you take your mental notes. You say
Hmm.
this joke worked, this one didn't.
Hmm.
What other places have you performed? Like, have you performed at the Laugh Factory and the comedy stores?
Not the Laugh Factory yet. I told you I just moved out here, so I'm still figuring everything out. I did do the Comedy Store. I did it one time. I'm hoping I get to come back because it was really, really fun and it was amazing to be there. But yeah, like right now, I'm just popping around and trying to figure everything out. LA's all new to me.
Yeah, I haven't done the comedy stores yet, but it's in the works. I've
Hmm.
done the Comedy Chateau.
Hmm.
I've been at the Bellflower Comedy Clubs,
Hmm.
and I'm working my ways. I know. I'm starting to get a lot of famous peoples
Hmm.
and stuff
That's
like that.
awesome.
Yeah, and if I decide to like throw another show, I definitely want you to be a part of this again.
Thank you. I would
Yeah.
love that. I would love that. Hmm.
All right, guys, it's about that time. We gotta go eat some tacos. Um, because you know me, I love them tacos.
Mhm.
Anything else you want to say to like the audience before we leave?
Hi. Hey, 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 hey. This has been wonderful. Thank you so much for listening. And I'm sorry that it took me so long to do simple math, but I really appreciate your support while I figure out my shit. I think you're wonderful. I think you're amazing. No matter what anybody says, you're beautiful and you will get fucked if that's what you want. Thank you.
Better words could have never have been said that you just said. That if you want to get fucks, you go get fucks.
But if
And
you don't want to, that's cool too.
hey, whatever you choose, you decide to do is all right with us. All right,
None of my fucking business what you do.
that's right. So stay out of it, dog. All right, dogs. Do me a huge favor, subscribe to the channel, dog, and now make sure to tell all your homies. Best podcast in Long Beach, tacos and workouts. We want to thank Kiki Maroon for coming out, and we can't wait to have you again next time.
Thank you.
And I'll catch you guys a rato.